look in the eyes of my brother without shedding a tear.
Yo, Good morning, evening, friends. If you don't know that song, the shame on you, because Stevie Wonder is the greatest composer of all time. And what up? What up? Welcome back to another episode of the InforMILLy podcast. We welcome you back. Got the whole crew on here today, and holiday special. Oh, happy Massacre Day. Yeah, that was yesterday according to this release day. We want we hope that y'all are feeling we hope that y'all are, feeling like a good porn star, i.e. stuffed. And
yeah, super productive. Yeah, it's a very productive porn star indeed. Black Friday special. Let's get it all. I want it all.
Oh man, we gonna hop straight into this. We're gonna hop straight into this in our holiday special, y'all. So Thanksgiving is a time of, coming together and acting like it is not about the thing that it was made toward. No one cares about this holiday except the U.S. Citizens, and most U.S. citizens are always, grappling with that thing of, do we care about Native Americans or fuck them? And it's a very, very tumultuous time for anyone who's not white, but also who may be. So, fellas, you got any feelings toward this holiday in particular?
Yo, go ahead, Marco. I'm sorry. I will not begin this podcast interrupting. I'm gonna do a good job of listening and learning.
As he says after interrupting.
No, it was simultaneous, man.
It was fair. It was fair, man. I was just about to say, you forgot to mention that one of the major reasons this country is so, in love with Thanksgiving is our constant need to consume at ridiculous rates.
Yep. Whether that be food, whether that be unnecessary goods, those Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
Everything, energy, whatever, in whatever field that you can imagine. But
Cyber Monday.
I love food, so that's as far as I'm gonna take it.
Adam, Aaron, y'all got any particular feelings about this holiday? A whole lot of day.
I mean, it's for me, it's always been a little just odd, I guess. Not the holiday, not the way it's celebrated necessarily. Just more so, I guess, how it supposedly came about. I mean, we all know the stories and stuff, but even as a kid, I just always thought but didn't we kill them though? It was such a what's the word? Oxymoron. That it's if they wanted to just create a holiday in which people came together and ate food, they could have just called it. It could have been in celebration of just that instead of trying to force it to celebrate Native Americans and it's just felt like a forced holiday. It's well, dang, we did this, so we gotta make a holiday, to try to make us not look as bad. That's kind of what it felt like. It felt like a reactionary holiday, same as Martin Luther King Day. I also felt like that's another holiday where they kind of just felt bad and man, because he's the only person that's not a president that has a federal holiday.
Well, the thing about it is, I don't know if it's because they feel bad or it's a kind of cover your ass thing as far as King Day is concerned. Mm-hmm. Because we talked about this on a podcast before that two things. One, I'm pretty sure it was a civil suit, but the U.S. has been found guilty of the assassination of King. The U.S. government was found guilty for the assassination of King, for one, and two, there's parts of the U.S. that, although King Day is a national holiday, they call it Freedom Day, so they don't have to teach their students about King.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn.
They could just ignore it. They do everything else. But,
But because it's a federal holiday and they have to take government or school jobs and all those jobs have to be given off. Instead of doing it for like a reason to bring awareness of who King was and his legacy and what he fought for and whatnot, they do some false patriotism thing to keep on brainwashing, little rural kids into believing everything about this quote unquote freedom that America instills.
That's really interesting. Yeah. That's really interesting. So I was actually, not that I'm some scholar, because I'm not, but I was actually just reading an article this morning about it was from Tim Weiss. I don't know if you heard him or not, but it was about the same thing, about essentially how like a lot of parents today are trying to prevent their kids from learning about the whole critical race theory thing. But also, though, he mentioned that, but also whether it's like sexual orientation knowledge, just anything involved in that, religion or like evolution. And he was saying like parents are trying to essentially keep their kids not dumb, but
ignorant,
innocent. He used the word innocent, but it's like that's not. It's not. I don't think it benefits them, because I feel like when they get older, they're gonna have this skewed view of everything, and just and it's like it's almost like they want to just keep their kids in a state where they can control them. Essentially, that's kind of just what it. Instead of and letting them grow up and learn their own views, it's like they're being force fed views.
Yes,
that's what I would call that, keeping them ignorant.
Yeah,
if anything,
that's true. It's like I think I've said this on this podcast before, but like to me, I feel like when it comes to raising kids, I feel like there's a real fine line between like just legitimately raising a kid and brainwashing them, because it's. I mean, essentially, you almost have to brainwash. I mean, because you're giving them your views, essentially. I mean, like whether they want them or not, they're getting them. So,
because there's ways to go about, and I'm not a father, and so Marcus, you can share your views on this, being the only actual father on this podcast. But there's ways of. You can say, hey, these are what I think and believe and all of that kind of stuff, but it doesn't have to be what you think and believe. And you can teach your kids critical thinking and all of those kind of things, so that they can try to process stuff on their own time and figure it out for themselves. And usually the issue with that is people think exposure to new information is going to make them believe that thing and want to be a part of it, as opposed to just going, okay, so about this thing. Like, you don't have to do anything with that information. People learn and no one who does not work in engineering has used algebra. But I can still tell you Pythagorean theorem because I know it, but it's not necessary to my life. And so you can learn about critical race theory. You can learn about gender assignments. You can learn about sexual orientation. You can learn about all these things. That doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, as soon as they learn about what being trans is, that kid's gonna go, oh, I really like how my mom's perfume smells. Am I a girl? Like that doesn't necessarily mean, but that's what the fuck is gonna happen.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, it kind of. I'm sorry, but it kind of makes me think of the. I know we brought this man up quite a few times, but it makes me think of Lil Nas X. And we can, and I'm trying to get back on subject, but
no, it's all good.
It just makes me think of him, and when he was on all of his stuff, whatever, and people were saying that they didn't want their kids to watch his stuff. Which, I mean, I get it. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I didn't understand that, but at the same time, like. I at the same time, like I still didn't believe kids would see that and be like I want to be. Well, you know what? Some kids might, but I still don't.
Sure.
I still didn't think like, but I don't think anyone's gonna change their sexual orientation. Is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think like because I just don't think our minds work that way. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I feel like I've seen gay stuff in my life, or like it didn't make me want to be gay. You just like
People gonna feel how they feel. I think it's plenty of folks out there, they and I know it's a lot of queer kids who start out thinking that they're straight because societally that's what's normalized and whatnot. And then they get older and like, I actually don't like this, or I don't want to be a part of this. And then there's folks that are the other way around as well, who are like, maybe I did the gay thing for a long time, but I want this thing. I know a lot of women who are like, I love women and I really do, but I want kids and I want to bear those kids and I want to spend it with them in a traditional sense and whatnot. Doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just how they view it all. So yeah, I don't know. I just think I think about all those things that we used to hear about, music and video games and all of that kind of stuff supposed to be bad influences on us. None of us, I can't speak for Adam because he's been at war, but none of us have killed anybody. I'm just saying, like we grew up playing Grand Theft Auto. And, true. We grew up playing Grand Theft Auto. None of us have stolen a car.
Yeah. True. I also can say that I have not been put.
Same.
I think Josh has too, right?
Yes. More than once.
Maybe they play more than us.
Yeah, didn't get outside enough. I also think about the fact that maybe I wasn't put in enough situations where I would have to even think, is my life at risk or do I have to take somebody else's? Like we weren't put in, life just didn't happen that way where we had to make those types of decisions, or we might be speaking differently.
I mean, we all grew up in at least that level of privilege. So I mean, yeah, absolutely.
I'm just saying that it's worth noting,
I agree. That's a real point.
But in regards to like Josh said, I'm not a father either, but I would imagine that there's the emphasis has to be put on them making their own decisions, like expose them, but as long as the emphasis is put on you at the end of the day, not make your own decisions, but you have your own thoughts, or like you have your autonomy. Own free thoughts. Yeah, because I feel like it's just I don't have a child, but just in life from observing, I feel like, myself included, I feel like it's easy before some shit pops off or something happens to be like, you have your own free thought and your autonomy. But then when something happens, your actions and how you apply what you tried to teach them don't always align, because kids, I feel like, really gain a lot just from seeing how you live your life. And if you can't apply that objectivity or really remain neutral they're going to learn your bias either way, no matter what you say. So just being able to actually apply that when shit really pops off and actually happens, I feel like it's hard not to go into those habits that you have, but that being said, I agree with what's been said in regards to Thanksgiving, but like, I feel like for the most part, we acknowledge that in my family, especially what Adam was saying, it did feel kind of like forced, but I feel like we look at it like we put a lot of the emphasis on being grateful. So like, whether it's togetherness with the family, or another reason for us all to come together and find things to be grateful for. So I feel like, in that regard, I'm happy that we put most of the emphasis on that, outside of all the fucking consumption, and you know what I'm saying? That we definitely did join in on,
Did anybody else's family do that thing where before you have dinner, say grace and whatnot, and then the whole family gets into a room and y'all go one by one saying something you're grateful for to share that with the family?
Yeah, we did have a notebook a couple times. Mm-hmm. It's not like an annual.
It wasn't an annual thing, but sometimes we did that. Yeah.
It was funny to look back into the notebook and see what I said I was thankful for like 5 or 6 years ago, and it was like whatever new Xbox game I got at the time. I mean, this is when I was young, of course, but like it's just funny to kind of look back at different passages. Like, that cranberry sauce was really good this year. It's always funny, man.
Wait, you got on Thanksgiving?
Say it again.
You said what?
You got gifts on Thanksgiving?
Just whatever, like I might have gotten in a year, like bought myself or whatever, like just different things in my life. Yeah.
Some
some of them was like
so.
everything wasn't always deep. Is what everything wasn't always like, man. I'm so thankful for this this moment of sincerity with my family, and it was just like, yo, the food was super good. Like whatever they didn't do last year, yo, they really picked it up. For this year, they really came hard this year.
Whoever made the greens this year went off.
Yeah. It was funny, yo. But
speaking of the food, though.
Okay, go
wait,
ahead.
put a pin in that.
Right.
Only because this is a great segue, and I got to take it. Speaking of the food, though, Thanksgiving is known for its delicacies, and so of these 9 choices, which one gotta go? Which one you getting rid of? We got collard greens. We got turkey. We're not talking about your preparation. We know Aunt Susie burned her house down trying to deep fry her turkey that one year. And so we're not talking about your preparation. We're just saying turkey in general. Mac and cheese.
Ever.
Biscuits or rolls, because black folks eat rolls and not biscuits. The Hawaiian rolls.
Ooh, those King's Hawaiian, yeah. Man.
We got dressing, or if you were in a place that did stuffing, we did dressing, but some people be doing stuffing for whatever reason. Candid yams, in which I love that this picture that I'm reading says candid, like a candid photo. Yeah. Candid is what that word is.
Yeah, no. Hey, I didn't create it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't create it, man.
I didn't notice until
I'm just a messenger.
And I was like, candid, like the yams didn't know you were about to take a picture.
Just living in word like it's
just in case. Clearly somebody like made this, candid. Because I'm like, I don't think people they realize that the word is candied. You got potato salad. You got that ham, and you got that cabbage. Everybody's cabbage is not equal.
It's true.
But cabbage be hidden.
It does.
All right. Who want to jump out there?
Yo, I mean, I'm gonna say the same thing I said to my siblings when when somebody threw it in the sibling chat. The fucking rolls gotta go.
What?
The rolls gotta go. I'm good with everything else. The rolls gotta go.
Now explain yourself, sir, because that's blasphemous right there.
Explain yourself, but I already disagree. I just want to make it clear that I already disagree. But I care for you to explain. Just know you're wrong. Man, everything else typically has more flavor for me. Like all rolls and shit like that or biscuits aren't made the same. Like I have to add butter or this or that to really bring out what it could be. Everything else is for the most part more flavorful in my mind. Even when I ate meat, like when the ham and shit was done right or the turkey was done right, that's all. I didn't have to add too much salt, pepper, whatever to it. I got to go with the rolls, man. Plus they get cold so fucking quick, man. I don't want to have to reheat the shit in the microwave or the toaster oven. Gotta go.
You're wrong.
Go. I'm gonna tell you why. Let me have this moment. Man.
and here's why.
Get it Paul on the markup.
See, the roll has a roll.
Okay.
The roll.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
The cornbread roll, whatever bread, substitute that you have, job is to soak up the juices. Okay.
See, I don't like soggy shit, dog. I don't. That,
well,
that's
right
what
there.
It's for,
he like his shit firm.
That's it. Yeah.
So when I make a plate, I hate for each thing to like just seep all together. So sometimes the roll is a separator.
And so you're
using your roll as a dam.
Cornbread or whatever it is. Its role is to keep things separated and to absorb juices. And also, when it does that, you can break it down into different foods.
I
like
respect
mac and cheese or the greens, and then mix that up.
Now I respect your architectural ability. You know what I'm saying? Create the proper foundation on the plate.
And that's
you know what
right.
I'm saying?
That
I
is the
respect
proper
that.
way to utilize
But also,
the roll.
Also a lot of those fucking rolls are pretty much air inside. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I just need, if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna need something quality. I need it to be firm. I need to know I'm getting that proper shebang for my buck. You know, like
it's
just too much.
It's all at the whim of how it was created, and you know, it could be poor, you know, roll or bread substitute. So
this is true. I just don't feel like its role. I don't feel like it plays a big enough role on the plate. like that.
Now here's the thing. And to some degree, I agree with you both. I don't like my bread soggy, but I also in real life don't like cornbread. And so if all you guys cornbread, I will get a little bit so that it can play Jim Crow on this plate. And
Separate perico.
You said what?
Separate perico.
so that you know my food can keep its integrity. But I love rolls, and I think while I don't know that I agree with butter, you know, bringing out its hidden potential or shit, but it's just necessary to bread. Like butter and bread just go together. Like, you know, it's just what you do.
What you're saying is a crutch. You don't
I'm not.
admit it.
If anything on your plate needs, you know, hot sauce or salt, pepper, what have you, that's the same thing as putting butter on that roll.
I do love bread and rolls, by the way. I'm just saying, like, it's not a foundational role for me.
We talking about specifically for Thanksgiving, right?
Just out of those 9
out of those, that's what you're getting rid of. Okay.
I guess
I'm gonna hop out there. Okay, my bad.
No, I didn't give the one to you know, take away.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I'm gonna say the cabbage because although I love a good cabbage, it's not a Thanksgiving necessity per se for me. So I won't be mad if the Thanksgiving table does not feature cabbage.
So you can't use the cabbage as like an awning or a
as an awning,
some sort of some sort of tarp for
even if I get into its role like on the plate, it is a destructor for the plate
because it's soggy and that liquid goes
right. It knows no boundaries. It almost needs a bowl if you get it. So. If you get the cabbage this year, man, get a bowl.
That's valid.
Some bowls.
I feel that.
That's valid. I can't argue with that.
And
even though I love me some cabbage.
Make sure you got cornbread instead of rolls to go with the cabbage.
Okay.
Yeah. Soak that up. I can't argue with that. I love spicy cabbage. And truth be told, in real life, I would go with spicy cabbage over collard greens. If I had to choose between which I was going to eat on Thanksgiving, I would choose that over collards, personally.
Me too.
That's because you got that Jamaican heritage in you.
So I'm gonna jump out there and go. While I've never really particularly cared for ham, and I don't need pork anymore, get potato salad the fuck out of here. Potato salad gotta die. All day. Hope y'all can't hear that dog in the background.
No, the dog disagrees with you. Just like I do. Just like
get potato salad out of here. No, you talking about potatoes and mayonnaise and no. Why is it cold? Everything on my plate is good and either just above room temperature or hot, and you only put some cold. You know,
you got a great point there. The potato salad presents a conundrum.
That's true. That's very
You have
true.
to prepare a plate, and you're trying to heat it up, and you don't know if you should put it on there first, or
That's true.
You know,
You
You're right,
shouldn't
Drew.
because you're not supposed to have hot mayonnaise. That's like the thing. Is you're not supposed to heat up mayonnaise because then it becomes a deadly poison or whatever. And so all I'm saying is get that the fuck out of here. I like hot food. I don't want this cold brick of mayonnaise and starch on my plate just ruining everything else. I would rather have cabbage juice touch the rest of my food than eat potato salad.
I found a little loophole because my grandmother makes some German potato salad, which is pretty different. It's rather simple, and it's good hot or cold. So I guess that's why I didn't choose that one. I found a little loophole in there, kind of.
Josh, you look like an amputee.
A little side note.
You could just if the dog don't shut up, of course I know mute me. I'll make sure I don't press mute. But word, Adam, what you got in here?
Turkey.
I kind of knew you were gonna say turkey.
It's just so monotonous to me. Like it's good. I have no true issues with it, but it's like if you had ham, that I would be good with ham, and then all the other sides, and I would be completely content. Yeah.
Moose.
And also, my mom sometimes she would cook duck as well, so that kind of served as a good replacement. And duck is all dark meat, so
that young mallard, I got you. Okay.
But yeah, but as far as Josh was saying about the potato salad, potato salad is like it just depends on who cooks it, I guess. Because I've had good potato salad and I've had it where it wasn't good at all. So I guess you could say the same for every dish. But
that's
for me,
true.
For me, potato salad more than anything.
I was like assuming that all of these dishes are like made at top.
At peak performance for sure. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Paramount of their delectability.
The best version of all of these things. Because I like as far as that's the one that's got to go. Of these, what's your favorite? Like, what's the one that you're like, if you show up for Thanksgiving and this one is bad, you ready to murder your whole family?
Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I was gonna say mac and cheese, but I'm gonna give it a tie with mac and cheese in the dressing.
Yep. If that dressing is bad, everybody here can die.
Yeah, the dressing gotta be
Yeah.
You gotta
you just can't have that bad.
Although a good ham though, like if you could get the right ham with like a glaze, like a pineapple glaze, that could be good too though.
Yeah, with the pineapples, with the cherry.
Yep.
Wait, what is this?
Ham
on the ham. Okay, I was like
with the cherry,
with the pineapple glaze.
That maraschino cherry. Yeah,
yeah, man. So the other subject on this topic was, as far as the holiday season is concerned, and we could talk about Thanksgiving, we could also talk about Christmas because we normally take December off, and so. As far as the holiday season is concerned, what's the worst part of it for you?
Travel.
You said travel? Where do you normally have to go?
Well, I mean, for me, because I usually split my time with like my girl's family and going back and forth like this year is here and this year, but sometimes I actually go to multiple houses and it's just a hassle going places around the holiday.
I was like,
especially on the holiday is like, what's the point of this holiday if if I'm gonna be traveling around, it takes the fun out of it a little bit, and it's time consuming, and it's usually a little chilly around this time, which I usually don't mind. It just adds a little salt in the or with some type of uncomfortability in this plan. So that's I'm gonna take that, having to travel around the holiday. I wish we would hurry up and get some better transportation technology.
Teleportation, man, it's got to be coming soon.
Yeah, it gotta be down the pipeline, man.
And I mean real teleportation, not this stupid metaverse teleportation shit that Mark Zuckerberg trying to create. I don't know if y'all know about the metaverse that he's trying to turn Facebook into.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Well, they're like, traveling is going to become obsolete because you could just go anywhere, and like, you're not really there. Stop that. Stop this lie.
Yeah, I'm in my bathroom. Quit playing, man. Yeah,
I would have thought they would have tried that angle a long time ago. Like, that seems like an outdated angle especially about time travel in these times. Like, we've had video calling for a little bit now. Like, somebody could have used that pitch back then when they first brought it out. Like, be anywhere at any time and have a cool background. You know.
At this point, it shouldn't even be video calling. It should be holographic calls at this point.
Yeah, it should literally be Star Wars. Like,
yeah, I'm surprised. There's got to be something out there like that, like that somebody's working on.
I mean, Tupac.
Yeah,
I mean, all of
that holographic thing I think it's came a long way, but it's just like not in our household product.
Household jet. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's like I'm sure they can't make it cheap enough for the average person to buy it.
Yeah,
and mass produce it in that way.
Trying to think. I'm pretty sure the worst part of the holiday season for me though is probably it's the one kind of awkward conversation that I don't particularly like having with family. Or a set of awkward situations, because normally I like making people feel uncomfortable. It brings you joy. But making people uncomfortable and arguing. Sorry, listeners, if you're hearing that dog behind me. Moose, shut the fuck up.
I'm not editing that out.
Yeah. Yo, that's the fucking title, son. Move, shut the fuck up. That's the title.
But now, there's always going to be at least one family member that says something either just completely off base, out of pocket, or just dumb. There was when Donald Trump first won presidency, one of the people at Thanksgiving was like, "Oh my goodness, white folks just being crazy these days." And I was like, "These days? What are you talking about?" Like or just love my moms dearly. When she first started like paying attention to the fact that I ain't been Christian in over a decade, she all of a sudden got all the questions now, and my godmother just sitting here gassing on like, well, just tell us more. Like, like, where can I look this up? And I'm like, this is not. I don't want you Googling stuff. It's like this. I don't have a link for you to go to. Like,
it deserves its own time and place.
Yeah, like this isn't the time. Like, I came over here for dressing, not to validate your Christian beliefs or invalidate them. Like, this is just a lot of emotional labor that I didn't come here for.
Also, it's kind of sad if you do like this is your arena to figure out your spirituality, like, yeah. like now we're gonna do this, like, over the turkey, like,
right. So yeah, I think that's usually the one, or at least I always have one of my uncles, no matter how old I am or what era we're in, he's gonna go, I'm so glad you pursued your dreams without turning gay. every time I see him.
Oh, that is funny, man.
Literally every time I see him, he got to say something about sugar in your drawers and all of that shit. I'm like,
yeah,
sir, huh?
Says your Uncle Boosie.
Yeah. Oh,
But
man,
I'm like,
that's
sir,
funny.
I'm about to be 33. I really need you to shut the fuck up. Like, you can't, you can't still have this.
Oh, that's good, dog. That's good. Let's see. I guess I'll jump in here. My first thought would be to wholeheartedly agree with Marcus and say that like the traveling, especially when it's like snowy and shit, you know, can definitely be an issue, man.
Trying to carry these big old crock pots and stuff.
Because we these last few Thanksgivings when I actually before COVID, when I actually went home to Indiana from Atlanta, we were all trying to like take a dish of something, but obviously it was a little harder, so I had to like buy something or whatever. But I'm gonna switch it up and say sometimes the fact like how much emphasis we put on everybody, like whenever you're in a situation where everybody opens their presents like one at a time, so everybody opens their presents and then you have the spotlight on you, and it's important to smile and say hi. It's important to smile big and be excited, you know. And I've been in a couple of situations that are actually pretty funny because, and shout out to my girl and her fam. I'm acknowledging that this is funny and somewhat awkward, or it has been, where we'll go to like her mom's place because her parents are divorced. So we'll go to her mom's place, open presents, but then she'll have her dad and like stepmom on the iPad, like there,
FaceTime.
yeah, via FaceTime. So it's like, oh, we have Aaron's gift, and then somebody just puts this iPad right in front of my face, and they're just staring. I'm like, oh man,
ooh, I would hate that.
Yeah. Which I mean, it's all I always do enjoy the gifts, and I'm grateful. It's not about being truly grateful and appreciative and enjoying the moment. It's just when you open a gift one at a time, it's like, all right, we'll have, it's Aaron's turn. All eyes on him now. All eyes on you. Are you ready? You know, that and the everything in me not wanting to perform, but also knowing that like that's how you in this society usually show people that you're grateful and that what they got is you're really grateful for what they got and it's a good gift, as opposed to being like, oh man, thanks, that's cool. Next person,
Yeah.
Like, it's all in here. I'm bursting inside. We're having the biggest party.
Yeah.
But that aspect can be kind of uncomfortable, especially when if it was with my family, and I it might be a thing of when it's with my family, I don't feel that real need. I just, I guess I can keep it 3,000 to bring it back to a previous episode. I can keep it 3,000. But like wanting to make sure folks, and this was particular when I first met her. It was like our first Christmas, where you're wanting to like show them, I'm really grateful in the typical way that people show or like reassure somebody that you're grateful for it by like putting on a little bit when that's not typically my natural instinct. So yeah,
that's funny. I was talking to Kirsten this week about that same idea and why like Christmas, while it was great, it's at the same time though it was like a tormenting holiday for me because of the same thing. Like you would get gifts and this might have been just the young Adam overthinking things, but I would just assume that I'm supposed to show all this excitement, even though I am excited, but everyone expresses that differently. So I knew even as a young kid that I'm not gonna do cartwheels and jumping jacks. If I got the gift that I want, I'm gonna say thank you and be very appreciative, but I'm not gonna put on this show. So I used to kind of like look forward to Christmas, but also like not, because like
kind of have anxiety toward it.
Yeah. So I just thought that was an interesting point. But for me though, I would say the thing that annoys me the most about holidays is I mean, I would probably say two things, honestly. One is like I get it, and I try my best not to be like a Grinch for pretty much all holidays. But it's like, and it's like, and I get it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it just, it just kind of gets overboard. But essentially, when people like post everything online, like the whole holiday, whatever they're doing on that holiday, whether it's posting the photos of food and the gifts, and it's like I get why people do it. They're sharing it with their friends and family, so I get it, but it doesn't make it less annoying. But I get it. I'm not gonna speak ill on people that do that. It's just a thing that kind of annoys me. But the other thing would be the pressure of the societal pressure of that feels like gets put on people to like kind of just spend all of this money that maybe they don't have. That's the part that really gets to me, because you see it in like the ads and TV, and you'll be in conversation with people, and you can sense their stress, because in their minds they have to go out and spend all of this money, and like you actually don't have to do that, but they feel like they do, and that bothers me. It's like, for me, I'm like, I'm just not gonna do that. Like, I remember my sister April, she wanted to get our nephew a gift, and she's like, hey, can you put this amount of money towards this? And I was like, honestly, no, I can't. Like, I'm between jobs and this and that, and she didn't get mad, but she's just kind of like, really, and I'm like, yeah, like, sorry. And like, stuff like that just kind of annoys me. Like, somebody says they ain't got it, and move on.
Yeah, agreed, man. Agreed. Yeah, I just want to do a little side note quick to finish mine off too. This last time we did the whole iPad situation, and I'm much better at just being like more genuine about it, and like, just if I'm feeling mellow in that moment, the reaction is mellow, but I still say I'm grateful, thank you. But so they have the iPad right here, and as I'm opening it, they're like, yo, don't you remember where we were? We were overseas when we were at that store. And I was like, no, I have no clue what you're talking about. So like, the gift, I was grateful for it, but I had like part of the excitement for them was like, he'll remember where we were. And like, I saw him looking at it, and I had zero recollection of the whole thing. Yeah. I had zero recollection.
It was supposed to be like a sentimental gift, but it's like,
yeah, and it was connect. Like, he'll remember. Yeah, I was like, no, I don't remember. And I think it actually turned out that like it was somebody else who went with them. It actually wasn't me. I hadn't actually went to the store, and like that.
That's hilarious.
But it was still a cool gift.
Imagine trying to explain why your gift is great.
Yeah, I know. And it was like, it was dope. It was definitely dope. It was like, it turned out it was actually right up my alley anyway. But it just like, so I have like my girl and like the rest of their family and like boyfriends and stuff in the room, and they're on the iPad trying to explain to me like this whole scenario. Yo, you were with us. We went on the whole trip. We were there for like. And then I'm just like, I don't think that was me, but I definitely like the gift. Thank you.
I don't think anybody will be mad about an iPad unless they wanted a bigger one or something.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it wasn't an iPad. It was just that like they were on the iPad via FaceTime talking to me when I was opening the gift. When I was opening the gift, they were on the iPad like right here, like explaining, because they couldn't be there. It was her father. So he was like, obviously somewhere else. So, and we were at her mom's crib.
Okay, I missed that.
Sorry if I didn't explain that very well, but
no, you probably did. I probably just phased out during that. I thought you were saying like
story. My bad.
I thought they just put it in your face. Like I missed the.
No, because they're divorced. So oftentimes we'll go to her mom's place for Christmas. Like the actual Christmas day and the opening of gifts.
Yeah.
And so somebody's holding the iPad while they like talk, because they can't be in the room. And I get it. It's just this particular time I was like, yo, I don't think I was actually there. But just to see their excitement as they explain, like, yo, you're going to love it. Like, you remember that you were there, you were looking at this. And I'm just like, nah, man, I got nothing. I got nothing. but I'm grateful. It was dope, but the sentimental aspect is a bit lost on me, I guess. So that made it a little. Dude, everybody in the room got a good laugh though, because I just kept it 3,000, man. But it turned out to be right up my alley anyway. It's just funny because like it could have been like a whack. It could have been super whack. But yeah, I don't know. Are we? I guess we're just keeping this in. It's informal. We could edit it. Couldn't edit it all when Josh you just got a picture of his mic in like a quarter of the chair.
I'm right here.
It's a little
bit. Hey, before we end this, I do, and it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it is that one thing you asked me to put a pin in. I do what it's actually please. Something I was gonna say. For our for our 3 principles, I did have an experience that's worth getting out. It has nothing to do. It's the opposite of what we're talking about in regards to being thankful and all that jazz. But it's something that has to be. It's something that has to be said, man.
Okay.
Experience.
I don't know if we all want to kind of finish our take on the question or what have you on a particular topic, or I can just jump right in it. But no interruptions. So
no, you good.
Cool. Well, let's begin. So, what day was this? I want to say it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. Finished up my route because I think I've mentioned this before. I drive for a living for this wonderful compost company. And when you drive for a gig like this, whenever you want to use the restroom, you got to like find like a grocery store, ideally not a porta potty, depending on how desperate you are. In the moment, you got to find a place to use the restroom. So I stopped at Kroger. I'm pretty sure there's Kroger's in Indiana. I'm not sure about Illinois, but we've all heard of Kroger, right? Grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Gotcha. Stop in there. Yeah. It's one of the cleaner ones, too. So I rock with this one. Find myself, I got to take a mean shit. So I know I'm going to be in there for a little bit. Just bear with me, man. So I get in there and one of the stalls is occupied. Cool. Go to the other one, begin doing my business. And inevitably, when someone else is in there, sometimes I'll at least just look down and I'll just look at his shoes or something. So I don't look at him, obviously, but I'm looking down like, okay, some brown, some brown New Balances. Cool. But I see like something brought more. I'm like, that's a guy who really likes comfort. I respect it. I respect it. So, but like whenever out of your peripheral, whenever something's moving, you typically see it and it can draw your attention. Somebody's walking by down, whatever, it's going to draw your attention. So I'm looking down at his pants and his like shoes, and it's kind of doing like this where you folks can't see. It's kind of like vibrating almost, and no, for real, and like I hear his belt like, when the belt buckle like is hitting something, it makes a noise.
Yeah,
I swear to you, in my mind, I'm like, it'd be hilarious if he's masturbating. It'd be hilarious. All right, check it out. But then I was like, fuck it, whatever. I'm just being stupid. That shit crossed my mind like 2 minutes in, and I take my time, bro. I let nature take its course. I don't force nothing when I'm when I'm dropping one. So maybe like 5 minutes go by. He's still I'm doing my business. Like several other people come in, they realize the stalls are occupied, so they leave. And then the funniest thing happens. This is when I realized he was on Pornhub or something, right? No joke. I don't know when the last time our viewers or you gentlemen have watched porn, but there's typically some type of pop-up or advertisement for some like sex game, and it always has these funny like voice people, like these like people who voice the characters, and it'll say like, get more pleasure, or you could win this sex game or something like that. What I'm talking about? There's always like some stupid spam pop-up.
The ad that's like Comment
Yeah.
come from
Yes.
playing this game for 40 seconds.
Yes, and it's always like somebody who looks like a fucking Lord of the Rings character or something. You know what I'm saying? Some anime.
Was
So
like
that
Marge
shit-
Simpson or something like.
Yeah.
Like, so
Marge
I'm
is
using
being
the
fucked by Bart, like not somebody
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Yeah, dog. So I'm using the bathroom, and that shit goes off, and that's when I said, "Oh, this motherfucker's watching porn. He's masturbating for real, right next to me." That shit goes off loud and clear, and it's me, him, and one other person who's in the bathroom right there washing his hands. And that shit goes off loud as hell, dude. I start cracking up in the stall. He quickly tries to save himself and like cut it off, so he must like mute it or whatever. And I'm chuckling in next to him, and then, dude, this motherfucker's bold, Joe. So then he takes it off of mute or whatever, and he raises the volume a little bit to where I hear the clapping. I hear this motherfucker continues. He's caught and he continues, yo, no joke. And I guess the most pivotal, funniest part of this is he must, in my mind, I'm assuming that he just realized he was caught, so he was like, "Fuck it, I might as well finish." This motherfucker gets up, and you know when somebody gets up because like, you see their feet are one way, and they turn around. He gets up and comes in the motherfucking toilet, bro.
Toilet.
Yeah, he comes in the toilet, bro. And
I guess that's
I'm
a good
cracking
thing.
up, and the dude washing his hands is fucking bursting out laughing. Yo, and I was trying to be polite too, like, as if I was in the wrong for laughing. I was trying to be polite, and finally I just let that shit out, dude. I'm wiping my ass. I've never laughed so hard when I was wiping my ass, bro. Never laughed. And the guy washing his hands is fucking dying. You know, I do what I gotta do. I wash my hands and get out of there. But like, it was just a wild situation. He must have just been like, I'm caught. I tried to save it, but fuck it. I've been in here for who knows how long. I'm about to get
Nigger
this one out.
strips.
Did you see him come out? Like I would have.
Nah. I didn't even stay to see him come out. But like, as he was coming, I heard the groans of somebody who's at the top of the world.
You should have been on the wall looking at him like,
bro. I couldn't. That was the first.
Like,
Hopefully, it never happens
door.
again.
Yo,
But the guy who was washing his hands, me and him locked eyes when we were like leaving, and we just started cracking up, dude.
Oh, so
That
dude
shit
washing his
crazy.
hands with somebody else. That was somebody else in the bathroom.
It was somebody else who was laughing with me, and I could tell that like we both were trying to hold it in, and once he turned the volume back up, we were like, "Fuck it, yo, we ain't in the wrong here. We just let."
That's
it
what I'm saying.
out,
There was
man.
a third
there
person.
was no bound.
Yes,
I
there was
do
a
not
third person.
I do not get people who are like, "Man, I gotta bust a nut right now."
well, I don't know how long he was in there. He was in there already before I got in there. So
The point
know.
is, y'all are in a public restroom.
Yeah.
At a job. This is not like, and not to make it better. Like, thank goodness it's like a mall or a train,
grocery
but
store.
you're
or
like,
something, yeah.
a grocery. Like, why you gotta bust a nut right now?
I know, man. And then I told my buddy, I walked him immediately as soon as I got back to the van and was like, dog, we've all like, I've sat on the toilet and masturbated before, just in the bathroom. But like, I'm like, I also like to do it in good smelling environments. You know what I'm saying? Like if he I'm just thinking about how nasty it is.
Just not public restroom.
Exactly. And there's no way that's like a clean, good smelling environment, man. I like more comfort when I'm doing something like that, bro.
I mean, you don't know my man set up.
crazy.
He could have hit the bowl with a Clorox wipe and then had, like,
maybe, man.
a lavender
Maybe.
diffuser right here in this nostril, holding the phone on his knee, and it's like,
Maybe,
one man might have
man.
a whole situation. But
When I think about his boldness, I gotta say that maybe that's his thing. Like,
Could be his kink. Yeah.
gotta be his king.
Yeah.
Bro, what I do know is I'll never forget what those motherfucking shoes look like. That's for sure. I can't get those motherfuckers out of my mind, bro.
You better than me. I'd have
Man.
walked around that whole building looking for them. Looking for the shoes.
For those brown New Balances.
these shoes. All this number.
Found them.
Yeah, man.
This nigga was masturbating in the bathroom.
Yeah, man. At some
That's a
point, I
crime,
had to
man.
be like, yo, his boldness was like, yo, I'm caught. They're blatantly laughing at me. So I might as well. It'd be weird not to finish now. It'd be a waste, I guess.
No,
you know?
it'd be weird either way.
Yeah. yeah.
Official
was it.
shoe of masturbation. Brown New Balances. Official.
They have no idea what.
masturbation shoes.
Yeah, what other business opportunities are out there for New Balance, man? If they only knew.
Yeah.
If they only knew how much more money they could get, man. Yo, it had nothing to do with Thanksgiving or holidays in any way.
That's
But
hilarious. Huh?
I had to let that one out, bro. That shit.
Yeah, so
I did too,
man.
apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think that is a great note to end this podcast. If you enjoyed this conversation, if you want to write us in about anything, please write us at informallyyhonestpodcast@gmail.com. Excuse me. You can write us on Informally Honest on Instagram, informally_HP on Twitter, and Informally Honest Podcast on Facebook. We love and appreciate y'all, fellas. Any last words? Juicy.
Yeah. As always, thank you for listening and/or watching, and please be discreet. Please be discreet, man. You know.
Please be discreet when you beat your meat.
Yes, sir. Yo, that's a runner-up for that title too. So,
Yeah, I'm about to say.
They don't have a shirt for that already.
Yeah, that has to be a part of like the merch ideas.
Most def.
Enjoy your families.
Enjoy your holiday.
safe.
I hope you enjoyed your holiday. We are releasing this most likely either on Black Friday or still that nigga shit Saturday. And
I might shoot for Thursday. I might shoot for Thursday. Just try to get it out there.
okay, well,
Thursday
we'll see what
morning.
happens.
We'll
See if Adam is in the bag like that. We ain't gonna pressure him like that, but we appreciate all the work that he does. God damn it, we need y'all to appreciate it to get these YouTube views up. All 7 of you that normally watch it, we appreciate you. And by all means, of every conversation that you have, every connection that you make, and every holiday or whole live day that you celebrate. We encourage you, make your family uncomfortable and keep it forthright, keep it vulnerable, and most of all, keep it honest. Peace.
Peace. That's the
y'all.
justice system, man.
These are the greetings.
Look in the
Oh.
eyes of my brother,
Remember.
without shedding a tear for my brother. I really want to try for my brother, 'cause I truly do feel for my brother.